I remember when Joe was starting, he was putting together his invoice, and the invoice came to $1,000 just for the equipment, and then the rate was like $900. And he's like, I feel totally guilty putting this down on the invoice. It just feels like it's like too much. I'm totally overcharging. I'm like, well, just put it down, send it in, don't think about it. And he's like, okay. So we did it, and then he got the check. He's like, oh my God, I can't believe they paid it. I'm like, of course. And he's like, and then the next time he's like, $1,000, $1,000. He got used to it real fast. It's like, no problem. But I love this, you guys. I mean, this is perfect example. You guys get to see people that are just saying what I've been telling you. They're, it's so real now. Before it's like, oh yeah, these numbers on the slide that you can make $650 for 12, $500 for 10, very typical rate, $650 for 12. I believe $900 for 10 is what I've heard when we've worked with New York ACs that were coming to Los Angeles. I remember talking to a production manager, and they're like, man, the ACs, they get a lot in New York City. He's like, this guy's like $900 for 10. I'm like, wow, well, they must be really good over there. And he's like, yeah, they're good. But yeah, it makes it real that you guys, when you get in these craft jobs, that is what they pay. You cannot charge less. I know you might want to charge less, but if you do charge less, you are doing everybody a disservice. You know why? Because we want to keep those rates up. And nobody's going to have a career if everybody goes down to $200 a day for an AC where you work your ass off, or sound mixer, or taking on that responsibility. So we got to keep the rates up. And a very quick way to get everybody pissed off at you is to start charging below rate to get work and not be competitive. And then people see you as lower rate person, and a good job comes in, they're not going to call you because you're a low budget person. There's an incentive for you. Oh yeah, people get, and I am known as the high-end person. I've heard.
I love that.
Yeah, they're like, you charge the most of anybody that I've ever met. And
that means I'm the best.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I am good, but I'm not even that great technically. There are other people that are really better technically, that can do really much harder jobs. But guess what? I don't want to do these really super hard jobs. I want to do jobs that I like, around the people I like, that I can enjoy my day.
And that's a really good point, Janet. You just brought it up. And I think that's, guys, what's a key in some ways is what she said just earlier. She can choose the jobs that she wants, and we all want to go there. And it's doable. It's doable. I've declined jobs, guys. I give the rate that I knew they couldn't accept just because I didn't want to work, and I didn't want to be rude about that. Right? So I give the higher rate or whatnot. But at one point, in some way, I was able to pick and choose, which is phenomenal, which brings back that whole point is like not looking desperate, right? So that's a really key point, getting to that level of you are actually able to do what you really want and still be in demand. And we all gravitating towards that. But all it is, I'm in that wave of going to that point. That doesn't mean I'm not going to get there. Is it going to take me some time? Absolutely. It didn't take Janet a year to get to where she is. She's been doing this for over 20 plus years. So there's like a curve that we want to be part of. And one of the greatest things I've learned recently is patience. Jesus Christ. Patience, you have to be patient, guys. That doesn't mean you don't want to develop yourself, read, study, go out there, do freebies, do cheaper works to develop yourself. But you have to be patient. Don't look today for today. Look, 3 years from now, where can I be? How can I go towards that goal? Because we live in the society that everything is like instantaneous. You want to have now. Oh, I want to be like Janet. Well, I want to be like Janet too. But in reality, guys, we have to think about, well, how realistic that is. That can pick and choose the jobs. Maybe it is for someone, maybe it's not. But the goal is really patience. And believe me, patience and persistence, guys, it will pay out. I promise you.
Patience is great because it's that energy again, persistence, so you're doing stuff, but then patience, it's in a way, it kind of goes with the word faith. It's like, yeah, this is happening. I'm in the right place. I'm giving myself the right experiences. I'm meeting the right people. I'm doing the right thing. It's faith, it's patience, it's just a knowing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I trained myself to be patient with this process, because you have to be also compassionate with yourself when you're putting yourself out there on these shoots that you know you're going to suck on, and you know things are going to get crazy, and you know you have to be compassionate with yourself and be patient, because learning takes time. And Yeah, I totally agree with all of that. And to go back on the reason this program is different is because I feel like um, in school, a lot of they were they were like working within this like structure that was created for them at film school. And when they came out of that, maybe they had an entitlement mentality. So they didn't really know how to hunt for the work and how to come across, how to do the small tasks to get in and create really strong relationships, because they just wanted to jump and do the role that they've been used to doing at school. So when they're not going to lower their standards, they create a
Or
disconnect.
expectation. The thing is, they're not willing to learn all of the little details that make them good out there too. You know, they think that they bought a shortcut, but you actually didn't, because you got to relearn it all over anyway on the film
Yeah,
set.
and Alex, you said such a good point, and you brought it up as well, Janet. You see how this actually can be disadvantage because it actually makes total sense. Okay, here I am in a film school. I just pay 60,000 K, right? Going to back entitlement. And you're so right, Alex. I met so many film school people. Not that I'm labeling, but you can see the entitlement, like entitlement label right here, even though they don't know crap, right? In the real world. But you know what it is you're right, because here I am, I'm finishing as a DP. Am I going to work as a PA? Absolutely not. Who do you think you are? Do you see how this can be so disadvantaging, guys, and how we are so lucky to be humble? I don't mind doing PA job if I need to now, and I've done a DP work, and I got the award. Who cares? Let's move. Like tomorrow, it's a new day. If I need to establish a new relationship, with someone and whatnot, do I need to clean the restroom? Okay, that's a part of the job in the film scene. Let's do it. And that's the beauty of it. Like we are molded in a way here that we are still humble. We know what we are worth, but we are not scared of doing, and maybe going what regular people say, go below what you believe it is. It's in the end of the day, it's still work. And that's how I see it, right? But in that mentality that everything was kind of given to you, right? What Alex said, and you're leaving this like la la land, that you're DP and you're doing all these and you have like a whole set of people, and then you go in the real world, where it's like a different student movie and they need a PA. You're like, I'm not gonna PA for you. And you're not getting the real life experience, and you're not learning how to deal with different personalities. You're not learning how to deal with yourself in certain circumstances. You're cutting yourself short in so many ways because of that mentality. So we're really in a high end advantage of learning this, because now when we're in that situation, we can always talk to ourselves and humble ourselves and say, you know what, I know this is not what I'm looking for right now, but this is what's going to get me where I want to go. It's a sacrifice that I'm willing to take, and I'm really to be humbled to move to that next level. And that's the essence that we really emphasize here and Friends in Film. And there's a lot of success stories. So, you can be that.